howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show before the pre-show.
What it do, party people?
It's a pair of Grebs. Are y'all crooked?
Are you crooked?
My eyes might be.
Here, let's lean this way.
Leaned a little.
Lean this way.
It's making Tepper look taller than me.
Well, I am taller than you, so.
Yeah. Are you?
Yeah.
I don't ever notice that kind of stuff.
I think like we are of. I mean, to me, we are of similar size, but I think I've got a cup. I think I'm like about an inch taller than you.
I think it's funny that I said I never noticed that kind of stuff when literally my job is predicated on like.
The size. No, it's still crooked. This is going great. This is why you tune into the pre-show. This is 1,700 episodes
more
in.
Crooked
folks.
now.
In a different way. Now we're tilted towards you.
It doesn't look crooked on camera.
Maybe the TV screen is just crooked.
Okay, this is going great. This is our last show that we're doing here before we go to realignment tomorrow.
Can't tell.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the pre-show before the pre-show.
Tomorrow for realignment, the important show, it won't be crooked.
No, well, I guess we'll see. I don't know. Maybe if I don't know who the producer. I don't know who the producer is.
I think the TV screen is crooked as wise as we.
That's straight.
We trust
It's
you.
dead on.
Okay.
We trust you. That's what you get paid to do.
Whatever you say, Pickle.
Y'all have
Whatever you
crooked
say.
eyes. You need to go use your
Wow,
eye
crooked
insurance.
eyes. What a.
It may just be the screen.
I think it's her. Welcome into the pre-show before the pre-show. I'm Greg. That's Greg. That's Ashley. We were discussing. You said the NASCAR documentary series on Netflix is good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Very entertaining.
Because everyone's
For a
trying.
sport that I don't necessarily find entertaining.
Everyone's trying to do the Drive to Survive thing because it was such a big win for F1. Like suddenly everyone like you've got a bunch of nerds who are in F1, right? And then there have actually been before that there have been a couple of like ones for like soccer that have been big hits and stuff like that. Everyone's
Sunderland Till I Die.
Sunderland Till I Die
was fantastic.
Stuff like that. Because what they're and the idea is like we're going to take a sport that's not in the mainstream, not one of the big four, basically, and we want to like give it this big kind of
put a bow on it before the season
exactly
starts.
right. Like they tried it with tennis, like there's one called like Match Point or something.
I watched that one actually.
They tried it with golf.
I watched. I guess I'm a sucker for these Netflix.
I guess so. I guess they've got
Here
you.
is your
the
target audience.
I didn't know.
So
until just like it just now hit me.
Can I issue something that's just going to get me roasted? I tried Drive to Survive.
Is that the F1 one?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I never even tried it. Like you're talking about it, you're rattling all these off. It's like, oh yeah, I watched the tennis one and I watched the golf one.
I can absolutely see it, like why people are into it. It's very slick and it's very well made, but it just doesn't appeal.
The NASCAR one's significantly better than the golf one or the tennis one.
Yeah.
Like it's way better. They have some pretty cool stories in there. They're like there's a kid, a man in there who has trained himself how to drive a NASCAR on a computer.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
Like so, he never drove an actual car before he drove a car. Like he trained himself on a computer, which I found pretty.
Do you remember early on in the pandemic? There was like they were doing like races, but it was like virtual races. It was like they would set up like super high-tech systems in these guys' living rooms, and they would drive like against one another. It was like televised and stuff like that. I remember this very distinctly.
That's basically what this is like. It looks like you went and got the coolest video game and put it in your man
you got
cave.
Cruisin' USA in your room.
Dude, love Cruisin' USA.
Shout out Cruisin' USA.
Best game
Great
ever.
music.
As they go cruising, yeah.
That's
But
what we need in our office.
Yeah. Oh, I would never get anything done. Ever.
I'm down. I mean, you don't have to sell me on
Ever.
getting a video game in the office.
I did before the Cotton Bowl this year. NASCAR is a presenting sponsor of the Cotton Bowl, and so they brought out actual like legitimate NASCAR simulators, and it's like you get down in it and you legitimately have to like sit way down. That thing was crazy. That was really 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 cool. So I'm assuming those are the same type of simulators they were using.
But you said you've never been to a NASCAR race.
No.
We both have.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
And I am not a NASCAR guy. I think because I just don't like. I think if I were to like dig in and try to understand
Someone
it,
gave you tickets is why you went.
I think if I were to try to understand it, I think I'd have a better like I might appreciate it more. But like maybe I'm just too dumb or just not interested enough.
Well, I'll tell you, this show helps you understand at least a little bit better of like
the strategy and stuff.
Well, not even the strategy. I guess the strategy in a sense, like you're trying to get points and how these points work, because it was like a mind f to me. Like I had no idea. Like I don't understand the value of like why it's good to win a lap in first place. Like how much I still don't understand that, but I do understand like, oh well, the top 12 make it or the top 16 make it. You know, it helps you understand like at least that part of it, and maybe as you get deeper into the series, you understand like why people are getting points for what and how you could maybe overcome a lead. I don't have any idea of that yet. But.
The scene at the NASCAR race, though, that's what makes it. Is like the in-person experience is like it's like a festival, like a carnival, like just a party, just a big party.
So they do have like carnival foods and stuff.
Oh yeah, and they'll have rides outside and stuff like that. And
really,
booths set up. Yeah, it's a big event.
I mean, so many people, and that's the other thing is so many people go for the whole week of the race, and so it's like they've got concerts every night. They've got this every night. It's basically like Denton Arts and Jazz Festival is similar in that there's the rides, there's the booths, there's the this, and it's because it's an all weekend thing, and there's just always stuff going on.
Now that you say that, I know that my aunt takes like a RV to Bristol, and they stay for like a week.
Yep. Yeah, or that's like my whole family, a lot of my mom's side of the family was all up in Indiana and all that stuff. So when they moved down to Texas, every year they would all take their RVs and go up to do the Indy 500. And that was like a huge week-long event every single year for them.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, go to a NASCAR race. It's fun.
It is fun.
Like I think they have 2 a year out there.
I think I'm gonna put NASCAR. I'll put it one step below. I have to go to the monster truck show in AT&T.
Oh, it's awesome.
Like my
Monster Jam.
Monster Jam is like my number one, like 2 of 10 bucket list item right now. I'll put NASCAR at number 2.
I mean, they have Monster Jam at AT&T.
Yeah, I know. It's like crazy expensive too to get a ticket to go to.
Is it really?
Yes. Oh, it's stupid expensive. I had someone
give
me one.
It's like an all-day thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always remember like the commercials growing up, like kids get in for just $5.
Yeah, I think 2 tickets to Monster Jam is going to be like $400 or something.
Yeah, they're insane. It's a lot.
So if you want to take the whole fam, then you're talking.
Yeah, it was like the worst thing you could do is let Hank and Max see info about it. I think that like the base ticket went for about like $160, $150 a pop.
March 2nd. I'm going to buy some tickets right now. I'm going to see about.
He's buying us tickets for Monster Jam.
I'm all in on Monster Jam.
What a great boss.
I'm looking
all in on Monster Jam.
Anyway, more on that in just a moment. Oh, we got to do one more. Well, no, we'll do that after that. Hit the theme, Expo. Pickle! Hit the arrow sign. Yes, yo! From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it's Texas Football Today, the Monster Jam of internet shows.
Yeah.
My name's Greg Tepper. Oh, wow. They're coming to El Paso. They're doing it at the Sun Bowl.
Oh, I would.
Monster Jam, Saturday, March 9th.
I would actually
Sunday,
lose my
March
mind.
10th.
Sounds fun.
I would actually lose my mind.
My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, TexasFootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live, TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube.
Not Twitch.
Apparently not. Twitter, or you're listening to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part. Support your local, mediocre internet show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She's Miss 305. She's Ashley Pickle.
Hi, friends.
Hi.
Happy
VNA Moreno's here, too.
Oh, yeah.
You want to
pop
VNA?
in? Just
you want to lean in? Here she
yourself over there.
comes.
Nope.
Keep
Nope.
coming.
Nope.
There
Oh,
she is.
there it
Hi,
is.
VNA. And sitting to my right, he is the Director of Recruiting for Dave Campbell's Texas Football, our friend Greg Powers.
Howdy, y'all.
Hi. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's great, man. A lot of Crootin going on right now.
A lot of Crootin. A lot of Crootin to get to. Too much Crootin, one might say. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, 2024. 302 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to one of the 5 most attractive women to ever live. Kerry Washington is 47 today.
Yeah.
She's one of the 5 hottest women of all time.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's
Scandal, right?
I watched the entirety of Scandal.
Solely for that reason.
Oh, yeah. And my wife watched the entirety of Scandal for what's his name?
Yeah, whoever plays Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
tall guy.
I don't know what his name is, but
yeah, there was an understanding between my wife and I of like, this plot's fine, but it's episode 1723. On today's show, folks, it's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here. We're going to talk all things recruiting across the Lone Star State, including a big get for Texas A&M. We'll talk about that. And then back half the show, Powers was on the scene live as Kelvion Riggins also was a big commitment for
It's a Texas A&M centric
nice
show.
Little,
then I never really thought about it until you said that.
Yeah, nice little Aggie defensive show as Forney linebacker Kelvion Riggins committed to Texas A&M, and Powers caught up with him immediately following his commitment. We'll hear from Kelvion Riggins coming up here at the back half of the program. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was TJ Hudson, jersey number 69,
Nice.
Daniel Agnew, and Ed McElroy. Welcome in, fellas.
Welcome in, friends. We appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with us. Let me stretch it.
Are we not doing the wheel?
Oh, thank you. We do need to do that. We need to select our Texas.
Powers hasn't seen the wheel.
Yeah, you haven't seen the wheel. So, and maybe you have an idea for this, but we need to. I've created a wheel. We'll put it up here on the board. This is every Texas high school football team going, and right now what we've been doing is selecting
Minus Laredo United.
Minus
Because
Laredo
they've already got
United, who
kicked
won
off.
yesterday. Of every Texas high school football team. And basically, I have this wheel, and I don't know what to do with it. So we've been basically selecting a Texas high school football team of the week, or team of the day, rather. And so I'm going to spin the wheel. But if you have any ideas of how we can use this wheel?
All right, if you're watching this Texas high school footballs, if this lands on your school, we will give the address at the bottom of the screen. You can send your merch in, and we will wear it live on the air. I'm a 2XL in a regular T-shirt, and I'm a small medium in a hat or visor. If it lands on your school, we'll wear it, and we'll talk about your high school on This Week in Crootin.
But you got to send some merch. And you got to send a size large and a size XX and a size small.
But if we're talking hats, I need like an extra large.
Let's spin the wheel. Let's see who the Texas high school football team of the day is. Let's find out here. It's going to end up being... Wow, would you look at that? The Duncanville Panthers.
Wow.
Nice. Speaking of Crootin.
Yeah, no doubt. What are the chances?
Exactly right. Plenty of recruits there. But the Duncanville Panthers, today's Texas high school football.
Hi to Coach Reginald Samples, who I'm sure tunes in for
Oh,
TFT
yeah.
every single day,
TFT watcher.
religiously.
Duncanville, your Texas high school football team of the day. And now I'm going to remove them
You've
from
been
consideration.
cut off.
And we could have literally
part of
talked
the
a
bit.
lot about Duncanville
I know.
recruiting.
Anyway, there it is. Congratulations to Duncanville, your Texas high football team of the day. I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers. This is This Week in Crootin. It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScouts. He has fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. And, of course, this is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express. Chicken Express. I would watch a documentary series about Chicken Express.
Yes.
Correct.
Modern Marvels Chicken Express. Let's make it happen. That would be
Man,
amazing.
I loved Modern Marvels.
Yeah.
Modern Marvels is like, maybe that's just the way my brain works, but like watching how factories work, I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. This is exact, or like how it works.
Yeah, I was going to say, how it
Or how
works
it's-
was the
or how
one.
it's-
I
how
don't
it's
think I
made. Yeah,
saw
how it's
how
made.
it's made was awesome.
I would 100% watch how it's made chicken tendies.
And this is like peak chicken tenders season. Like I would say,
Yeah.
like getting into February, going to Easter. Like that's the meal you should be having.
It is, yeah. Because like right now,
It's still a little cold. It's not
Yes.
unbearably cold, but it's just enough cold that like the warm yellow box
it's
rocks
cool
even
in
harder.
the morning, but it warms up throughout the day.
Mhm.
And about noon, it's like the exact right temperature to go grab you some
Yeah.
tendies.
You could
I'm
even eat them
starving.
outside, probably.
And by the way, yeah, you can eat outside. And by the way, we talk about tendies because we're all tendies people. But like, you ever want to rock with a 2-piece? The 2-piece will take care of you.
Oh, I
Snack
have the
pack.
2-piece. Sometimes they put the 2-piece on manager special too for lunch. And
Buddy,
it's always
if you put some of them that 2-piece on manager
I would
special,
actually say
it'd
the
be a
chicken
problem.
wing at Chicken Express is one of their most undervalued or like it's the sleeper of the Chicken
I don't know
Express
if I've-
menu.
I don't know if I've had their wingies.
Like if I would say the number 51 prospect is like the prospect I consistently
Yeah.
like wish that I
it's
would
the
have
highest 3-star.
had. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
highest
to me
3-star.
the chicken. That to me is the chicken wing. They do a great chicken wing.
it's the
there.
Parker Livingstone. Of,
Yeah.
it's like you would kill to have this guy on your team.
Right.
Anyway, love you, Chicken Express. It's time for This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers. Let's start with our prospect on the rise. Our prospect on the rise, we're going to Houston. Big Houston area show.
It is.
To talk about Alif Hastings and their soon-to-be senior defensive end, Smith Arogbo, who is the newest DCTF 4-star prospect, edging into the top 50 at texasfootball.com/recruiting. This guy has picked up offers. Is this just like in the last 10 days?
This is in the last 10 days.
Texas, A&M, Oklahoma, Florida, SMU, North Texas, UTEP, Memphis.
Nice.
In 10 days.
It's been on fire.
Now he's got more than 20 offers, and you watch the tape, and the edge rusher out of Alif Hastings, you can start to see why his film has got out. The secret's out.
Well, he's not only good off of the edge. He has, look at the frame, right? This dude could be a complete monster. Traditional defensive end, hand in the dirt, has the size to be like a strong side defensive end, has the quickness to be able to put pressure on the quarterback, consistently make plays behind the line of scrimmage. I think that he really fits into any scheme, 3-4 or 4-3, which will help him secure a lot of scholarship offers in and of itself, or more than the regular, sometimes you look at a guy and you're like, oh, well, he's a 3-4 hybrid edge. I think he could play anywhere in any scheme. I believe that Texas Tech got the ball rolling on his recruitment almost a year ago, kind of uncovered him, which they tend to do in Texas high school football. But now all the powerhouse schools are coming after him as well, and he's a big-time player.
Let me follow up with you on something. You mentioned he's got that kind of scheme versatility, scheme flexibility that he could play in a 3-4 and a 4-3. What about him makes you say that versus some other players who would say, oh, he's definitely like a 3-4 outside linebacker, or he's definitely like a hand-in-the-dirt 4-3 edge?
Well, I mean, whenever you're looking at that, you want to be able to see somebody who could probably have the strength to match up with a bigger offensive tackle, sometimes slide in to be able to take on a guard. He uses his hands really well to redirect offensive linemen, get off of blocks, which is something very important to do. You call it a 3-4 end, but really it's a defensive tackle. Right. And I think that he has the frame. He's listed at 220 now, that he's going to be playing at 260.
Yeah.
Right? And to be able to play at 260 in a 3-4 system, you need to be able to be strong enough and use your hands well enough to get off of a block of somebody who may be 330 pounds. Right? And I think that he has the power and plays with the necessary pad level to do that. And he has the frame to add and hold that weight. Whereas, you're looking at an edge hybrid role, you don't really want that guy to get blocked.
Yeah, you don't want you want him to stay off of blocks.
Yeah, you want him to stay clean.
Them. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that he has the speed to be that type of edge rushing type of player. But I think he's scheme versatile. He could play a weak side defensive end, and then if you're in a 3-4, I think that you could probably move him around to either side, which makes you a little bit more flexible, right? Like you can keep him on the field, rotate players around him. I don't think he's going to play a lot of nose tackle.
Right.
And sometimes you talk about that guy being flexible. He's moving inside and playing some nose tackle in a 3-4. I don't think he's that guy.
Right.
But I think he's a guy that can play either side.
Thanks, Powers. That was not on our script. That was something that I just came up with. I was like, hey,
we have a script?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, that's news to me.
Let's get to our commit of the week. Our commit of the week is Katy Paetow, senior cornerback Dejon Petaway, who committed this week to Texas A&M. He had offers from all over, including Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma. We've got him as the number 11 prospect in the DCTF Rising Hot 100, the 11th best prospect in the class of 2025. Plain and simple, this is a big, big win for Mike Elko.
Yeah, and I think it's a win that they had to have because he's got serious ties to Texas A&M. So Petaway, if you didn't know, his brother is Damian Sanford, linebacker there that played for Katy Paetow and now is on A&M's roster. And his coach is Coach David Hicks, who is the father of DJ Hicks, who is one of the top defensive linemen on that team. So there were serious ties to Texas A&M at Katy Paetow, and A&M has had their foot in the door or had a stronghold in this recruitment for a while now, and they underwent a coaching change in the middle of that, so they were able to overcome that, build those relationships back up. And you'll hear from Kelvion Riggins a little bit later on too about his relationship with the new coaches there, and kind of gives us a little bit of behind the scenes on what it was like talking to Coach Bateman and type of scheme and stuff that they plan to employ there. But I think they did a tremendous job of repaving the path for Petaway to see his success at Texas A&M, and to understand that he can be as comfortable there as he was under the previous staff.
Would it be fair to say that if A&M had not made a coaching change and Dejan Petaway committed to A&M, we'd say, yeah, it's a good win. Probably that was probably the favorite there. Nice little win. But because of the coaching change and because they've had to kind of, I don't want to say re-recruit him, but certainly to lean their shoulder in a little bit more, that's what upgrades it from a nice get to a really nice win for them.
Well, I mean, also it's a really nice win because he's one of the best corners in the country.
Yeah, that helps.
Right. He's tremendously agile and technically sound. He's a guy who can play off-man coverage and press coverage. I like that about his game. But what I really liked about his game during the course of the 2023 season is the fact that he was able to play safety and show that he could be a physical presence on the defensive side of the ball as well. And I think that's very important in the SEC. As a guy that's 5'10", you got to play with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder out there. He's got 10.6 speed. So, his speed is legit. He's a legit speed guy. But now that you know that he's a guy that's I say, there are guys who are ankle biters, right? They'll come up and attack the ankles and try to, bring you down in that manner. He's very physical. He's not like that. He's a guy that will put his pads on you and bring you down with a physical nature, and I like that about Petaway. It's an interesting dynamic just talking about this whole A&M thing to me with these two commitments that we're going to, kind of talk about today. I would say both players, if I were to rewind the clock 6 months, let's just go back to – well, heck, let's go back 10 months, back to the spring of 2023. I would have categorized both Kelvion Riggins and Dejan Petaway as leans to Texas A&M at that time. I would have put Petaway probably as a stronger lean than Riggins, but I thought that A&M was trending very positively for Riggins. As that recruitment went on, I felt like A&M kind of fell out of favor with Riggins, and the coaching staff helped – the new coaching staff helped reinvigorate that with Riggins. Whereas Petaway, I would have said, he's a lean, and then the new staff came in and, reaffirmed it, right? Yeah. So it was an interesting dynamic with both of those guys, and as their different trajectory, I think, on the way their recruitment's unfolded.
We'll hear from another A&M commitment, recent A&M commitment, Kelvion Riggins, coming up here in just a little bit. It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, our Director of Recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Let's get to our underclassman of the week. Our underclassman of the week is Fort Bend Marshall junior linebacker Pac-Man Dominguez. Pac-Man Dominguez, Noriel Dominguez.
Yep. Everybody's going to call him Pac-Man.
His nickname's Pac-Man. I'm not calling
Why
him.
would you not go by Pac-Man?
That's exactly right. He received a bunch of new offers recently.
Busy week.
Including SMU, Houston, TCU, Baylor, A&M, LSU, Florida, UCF. He already has offers from places like Texas Tech, Oregon, Texas State, and Arizona State. He was the district defensive MVP there at Fort Bend Marshall, and is already rated as a DCTF 4-star. And this is the time when juniors really start, the high-end juniors really start to pick up steam, and Pac-Man Dominguez out of Fort Bend Marshall is picking up steam.
One of the things that I really enjoy about doing rankings and talking about Texas high school football players here at DCTF is that we have a little bit of leeway to put our stamp on a guy early. Dominguez, we got to stamp super early. We made him a 4-star. His offer list really, you can see that it was good, right? Oregon and Texas Tech and Arizona State, those are good offers. But now he's popped off with the national offer list that we suspected that he might have whenever we made him a 4-star. And that's pretty cool to see because he was at Fort Bend Ridgepoint when he played his freshman season. And he was a standout there. Got called up to the varsity team late within that 2022 year and actually made an impact on a very good Fort Bend Ridgepoint team as an inside linebacker. Made the move to Fort Bend Marshall prior to the start of his sophomore season and shined just as bright or even brighter in a full-time role. And he's very physical. He has, at 6'2", 220 pounds, he's the prototype linebacker. I think he can play any linebacker spot, but I like him why not use him as an inside backer where he can, use that frame to play in the, those middle gaps and bring down ball carriers very quickly. But he can move around and do some different things. Maybe he grows into more of an edge presence because he's lengthy. You can see on tape that he has the ranginess that you like to see in a young prospect.
Keep an eye on him, Noriel Dominguez, a.k.a. Pac-Man Dominguez, out of Fort Bend and Marshall, picking up steam as a junior. Let's round it out with our Recruit of the Week. Our Recruit of the Week is going to Frisco, to Scotown, to talk about Frisco Lone Star wide receiver Bryson Jones, who is our newest DCTF 3-star prospect, edging into the top, getting that 3rd star there at texasfootball.com/recruiting. Picked up a couple offers this week, including places like A&M, SMU, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt. He's already got offers from places like Baylor, TCU, UTSA, Texas State, and Penn State. He was a star as a junior, more than 1,000 yards receiving, and Frisco Lone Stars once again got some playmaking dudes on the outside.
They always have some guys there. Jeff Rayburn does a tremendous job with that offense year over year, right? Like they have a very exciting young team too, because outside of Bryson Jones, who's actually probably one of the more veteran guys coming back, as you kind of rattled off his stats, he had 64 receptions for almost 1,100 yards. So he's a proven commodity as an outside receiver within that offense. Immediately clicked up with the new quarterback over there. His name is Blackstock, I think was.
Yeah, sounds right.
Immediately clicked up with that quarterback, giving him like a main option. But, I mean, that offense, they've got Ryder Mix. He's a tremendous, I'm telling you guys, we went out and had some content on Ryder Mix from last spring. I saw him at the Next Level camp a couple weeks. This dude is massive. He had hands like a vice grip. When he shook my hand, he about squeezed my hand off. Super strong kid. Carice Hoyt, who played some receiver and quarterback for them last year, is just going to be a sophomore. I don't know if he's like the heir apparent as the quarterback yet or not. I haven't gotten clarification on that. I haven't been out, through Lone Star yet this spring or winter. But I suspect that he has an early edge to secure that. He's a dynamic playmaker. On the defensive side of the ball, you got safety Jordan Deck, who is a guy that I really like a lot. And at linebacker, you have Easton Pulliam. So this is a team that's just loaded up with talent, and it's young talent to be excited about. And Bryson Jones is certainly one of the hottest recruits on the recruiting trail in all of the Lone Star State. Every day is a new offer for Bryson Jones, and is I think some that kind of pushed him over the edge of being like a guy that is on the radar of some of these schools. But now he has an A&M offer in state, huge SEC offer from Texas A&M is something that you really have to pay attention to. And when I look at that list, looking TCU, Arkansas, SMU now, Penn State, those are Baylor, those are big programs. So Bryson Jones recruitment went from hey, this is a recruitment to hey, this is a major recruitment. I think we're down to a few spots left in the Hot 100, and we talked about this before, what to do with receivers. I'm in a conundrum with this cycle, especially as the receiver class goes, because all right, you could pull the Band-Aid off and say, all right, there's 20 receivers that are good enough to be in the Hot 100 this year. Really, that list is 30 deep. But do you pull the Band-Aid off at 20 and say we've got enough receivers in the Hot 100? We have to look at some other positions. Or really, I'm trying to put the best players in that list, right? Regardless of position.
27 of them might be the top 100
27
worthy.
might be receivers. And now as I'm looking at this receiver list, I had Bryson Jones right at 20.
Yeah.
You got this offer list. You're the 20th rated receiver in Texas. It's not fair to me.
Yeah.
It's not fair to me. Why do these receivers have to be so talented?
Feel bad for Greg Powers.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. Feel bad for Greg Powers.
Greg Powers and Bryson Jones, who has 20 offers now.
Yeah, tough scene for everybody involved. He's Greg Powers. He's our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScout. See his fine work at texasfootball.com/recruiting. Stick around because I want to hear about where you were on Friday.
Sounds good.
We're Texas Football Tonight. We're here every weekday at noon on texasfootball.com, talking football on the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Coming up here in just a moment, hear from the latest Texas A&M commit, Kelvion Riggins, out of Forney. But first, a word from these valued goods and services.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose. Come on, get on up. Oh yeah, get on up. Bustin' loose when you wanna sing. Bustin' loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about bustin' loose, yeah.
I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Wing is the largest residential drone delivery provider in the world, delivering to your home in less than 30 minutes. Order using an app just like other popular delivery services, and Wing's automated drone takes care of the rest. It's fast, safe, and sustainable, and it's now delivering to parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. You can learn more at wing.com/TexasFootball. Again, that's wing.com/TexasFootball.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texans love doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Powers, on Friday, all of us were partying in Grapevine at the DFW coaching clinic. But not you. You were in a different part of the DFW Metroplex.
Yeah, I went out to Forney High School. Shout out to all the coaches over there, Coach Fleener for rolling out the red carpet on the hospitality for the announcement of Kelvion Riggins, who committed to Texas A&M Live right here on DCTF over offers from Tennessee. It came down to a final three of Tennessee and Georgia, and here is that commitment ceremony and then some comments from Riggins immediately following his commitment to Texas A&M.
Go Sports.
First of all, I want to say thank all y'all for coming here. A lot of things y'all could have been doing today. I came to see me, my family, see me commit. First off, I was going to say thank God for everything He's done, allowed me to get to this position in my life. Thank my family for all the sacrifices they made, all the time spent, tears, blood, sweat, all of that. Thank my sister, all the mornings they woke up, sleepy, jumping in the car, taking me to school. Just thank everybody. Also want to thank all the coaches and recruiters who came through talking to me. Meant a lot to me. Been able to build relationships with people and now make the decision. I want to thank Coach Trailer at South Oak Cliff from when I was there. Helped me get to this position. Started getting offers early, up to 38 now, and finna make a decision. Put a few out. Yeah.
That's what
After a lot of thinking with the family, talking, stressing out for the next 4 years. Come in, everybody, come in. Come in, Anna.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
You like this one? You like this? You like it? You like it? You like it? You like it?
Oh, yeah.
For the next 4 years, I take my education and football talents to University of Texas A&M.
Hey, Kelvion, I just want to ask you, man, what was it about Texas A&M? Why did you decide to make that decision?
I'd say the decision, I've known it for a long time since the offer of my freshman year. Going up there, seeing the environment, the team, the coaches at the time, and with them being fired recently, I still love everything. And Coach Elko came in. He had he just had a great mindset, great hires. He brought in Coach Bateman from Florida. I had a really good relationship with him, and it just made the decision way easier.
I know that with 38 scholarship offers, that's a lot of opportunity. It's hard to get down to a top 3 list, let alone pick that one school. When was that moment that you knew that Texas A&M was the right fit for you?
I'd say really like last night.
Really?
Not like before that, but like last night. I just came in with the family, and we just talked through it all. Like we was sitting there for a good 2-3 hours. We prayed about it. We thought of every scenario, and it just matched. It just fit every box.
You got a unique opportunity. There's a lot of Texas A&M fans out there right now kind of wondering what's the future of the program, what's the direction like underneath the Mike Elko, what's the Bateman defense going to be like. You get a chance to go in there and talk to those guys and see it. How personable were they, and what was their pitch to you as a player? Because with 38 offers, you're not just going to go somewhere because it really feels comfortable. You got to see a fit for you on the field as well.
Yes, sir.
So what was it about that fit there at Texas A&M, Coach Bateman's defense?
Coach Bateman's defense is awesome. It's a great, solid defense. I feel like I can go in there and come play for him immediately.
That's the #1 inside linebacker in the country going to Texas A&M, y'all.
There is Kelvion Riggins, the newest commitment to Texas A&M, and family looks pretty pumped.
Help but put a smile on my face, like thinking, like, what a cool thing to be a part of.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Go out and celebrate somebody's opportunity to go to a big time college like Texas A&M, and that was a fun night in Forney.
His smile said a lot.
We get to have a small part in making big memories. And that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. That's a fun part of this job.
And if you want to have your commitment on Dave Campbell's, you can as well.
That was big.
G-Power Scout on Twitter.
That was big, like OxyClean energy back in the day. R.I.P. to the guy, but
right.
hi.
Oh, the memory foam pillow guy? Is that the same guy?
No, I don't think
who's
so.
Who's this guy? Oh, I know.
The OxyClean
guy. Let's go to final thoughts here. What was his name? Ron something?
No.
Let me help you guys out.
OxyClean. Billy Mays.
Billy Mays.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Billy Mays here.
Yeah. I remember when he
was
died.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he died probably because his heart exploded. That's just a guess. I don't know that for
He had a lot of energy.
I'm not going to have as many commitments as Billy Mays sold OxyClean,
That's
but
true.
if there's like 15 of you out there, we can talk.
Give us a call. Let's go to Ashley Pickle from America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
A couple of programming notes to keep in mind. Tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. It is the Texas Football Today UIL Realignment Spectacular. Myself, Tepper, Stepp, and Mallory Hartley will be out in Birdville, bringing you what it's like to be in basically the war room. And so we're super excited about that. A lot of big guests coming on. So 8:45, wherever you're watching this, that's where to be. After that, we will not have another TFT because that is counting as TFT. We will not have a WTF either. So no ROF today, no WTF tomorrow. We're all gearing up for our big realignment special. So 8:45 a.m. tomorrow.
So no noon show. We're on at 8:45. We'll go from about 8:45 till about 10. We will be revealing the alignments as soon as they become. We're not revealing anything. We will be breaking down the alignments as soon as they become available at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So if you're looking for like this is a big time when people are Googling what time does the Super Bowl kick off.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to know when kickoff is, our pregame starts at 8:45. Kickoff is at 9 o'clock, scheduled for 9 o'clock when the UIL posts it on their website. So, but we will be breaking it down.
Big day.
Have big-time guests around the state, and it's going to be a fun day. So, hope you will spend a little bit of your time with us tomorrow morning, 8:45. Anything else?
Nope.
That it? Okay, goodbye. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to Kelvion Riggins of Forney for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle and Greg Powers, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please get your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:45 for the UIL Realignment Spectacular on Texas Football Today.